Welcome to our channel, Y Como Excel. Today we will learn how to use the VLOOKUP formula. This formula is very useful when we need to bring a value from a secondary sheet or a separate file. It is very important that the value we're looking for exists in both locations. For today's example, we're going to produce a simple invoice. We can see our header right here, our part numbers. We've entered this previously, as well as the quantity. And we're going to use the VLOOKUP formula to bring the description and the price. These values are in our second page right here, named price list. We can see all the part numbers, the description, and the sale price. As I mentioned earlier, these codes match the ones over here. So let's start with our descriptions. We're going to go to cell C7, start a formula with our equal sign, and we're going to start typing the formula name VLOOKUP. And you can see it shows at the underneath. I'm going to open a parentheses, and this formula has 4 components. The first component being the value that we're going to look for. For our example, we're going to look for what the value is on A7, and we're going to do a comma. The second component is the area where we're going to look for this value. In this case, being in the price list. Now, there's 2 ways to select our area. We can select this way, just everywhere where we have values. I do recommend selecting from the top of the column. Doing it this way will help us if tomorrow we add more products here. The formula will keep looking all the way down to the end of the file. Then we're going to do a comma or the third component is going to be on which column are we looking. We're looking on column number 2. And you can see we added these numbers just to help us with the formula. These aren't particularly necessary in a regular file, but sometimes it's confusing if we are supposed to put the letter on the column. You always want to put the number of the column. And then that's our component number 3. And our last component for the formula, we're going to do a comma, is if we want to approximate or exact match. In this case, we want an exact match. It will be a false, because we want it to be shown the exact description of the product that we're looking for. So we're going to do enter. This is all it is to the formula. And then we're going to see that on our first page, the description for the product, in this case the bleach, is being shown. Next step on this exercise is to fill all our spaces here. We can select and hit Ctrl D for down, or we can also go into our first cell here and hit this little square when it changes to the plus sign twice, double click, and it will fill it. Now we're going to do it again, formula menu. So we're going to insert the function. And we see it's right here at the top because we just used it, but if you don't see it, you can search for it right here. And it will come up. We're going to hit OK. And this brings us this dialog here. And it's a little different than how we did it the first time, but for some people, this is going to be easier. Again, we see the 4 components, and we can type them in, or we can just select them. So we're going to start with the value that we're looking for, A7. So we can just click here. Then we're going to go into our area or array. This on our second page. This is what we're looking for. Select from the top again, 1, 2, 3. So we have all the columns, and that is our area. So that's the second component. Then we're going to type in which number column are we looking at. In this case, is number 3. So we only need the number 3. We don't need the name of the page. So we only need the number 3. And lastly, we're going to hit false. And then once you have your 4 components, you can see a preview, a number 5 right there. We're going to hit OK, and then our price will be there. We can fill down. We can do a double click here, and that it's looking at every single one that we have here. A couple things to keep in mind for the formula is if you type something that is not in the second list, we put like 23 here, it's going to give you an error. But it's also neat if you were to change, let's say we're doing map instead, that it will change automatically. So it's very handy when we're doing documents like this. You can see we type the formulas to help you review them. And I hope you like this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. That's all I have for today.